Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx, welcome back to SC2VN. And we have a bar game, a bit of a drunk game. So, first question was about worst fans, and now... Okay, let's leave those for the end, and most likely to end up in it. Of course the answer is me, but well, let's check out about people around. 4 sets of chopsticks immediately fall onto Reva. One of her sticks slips out from between her fingers and onto the floor. Me? Come on, you give off powerful shut-in vibe. I do not understand. You're doing it right now. It's like you learned how to communicate from a text-to-speech program. Reva, what do you like besides games and eSports? Do you have any hobbies? I watch anime. Exactly. Same problem. Anything else? Football. In my case, football. See? Jet is doing her best to keep from pinning on, but the urge is evident on her face. But I have StarCraft, so I cannot be in it. That should be considered employment. Sure, but the question was who was most likely. If you washed out a professional gaming, I could totally see you as an MMO addict. I have max level characters in the most popular 3, but that does not qualify me as an addict on its own. Good, how? Those games are distinctly grindy. You really aren't helping your case. Okay, answer this. What StarCraft community site do you read and post on the most? It is an image board. Drink, Reva. Oh man. This one. Which of you is most likely to bunk a fan? Rushing right out the gate, are we? You're supposed to do a few or warm-up questions before you to get the raunchy stuff. I knew it. You say that only because you know you're going to lose this one. Despite finding himself staring down 4 pairs of chopsticks, Asel never loses his easygoing smile. I freely admit I've slept with one of my fans before. This question is more like winning than losing anyway, since I'm not a ledge. Do you have a story to go along with it? Pretty much what you'd expect. This one girl used to show up to all my Brood War game matches. She cheered for me, brought gifts, and led the fun chants. Managed my fan club too. I was knocked out of Starlink pretty early a few years back. She was the only person that showed up to my meet and greet afterwards. I asked her if she'd like to go to dinner, and she said yes. It went from there. We dated for more than a year, had to break it off when she went abroad for university. Now you've got me feeling nostalgic. Thanks, Mach. What a beautiful story. It's hard to tell if the complete lack of emotion in Reva's voice is intentional. I know those kind of fans. They're always like, oh, when I imagine him practicing all day, my heart aches and I want to make him hot soups. Literally, no one has said or ever will say that. They're gonna be saying it when I take my place as the Protoss bourgeois. Something. A well-timed hiccup stoops stunned in his tracks. He laughs obnoxiously when his head hits the table. Someone should really confiscate this kid's fake. Oh man, most likely to be a virgin. Which of us is more likely still a virgin? Before I can even react, Axel Jet and I point our chopsticks in Stan's direction. He jumps in his seat, aghast. He senses weakness in Reva and aims his answer towards her, only to have her repay the favor. This is bullshit! Calm down, you're like what, 12? You guys have no idea I am a player, you hear me? Doubtful. You were hanging out with middle schoolers at the PC bank when I found you, be honest with us. Stan scrunches up his face, allowing his rage to stew momentarily before bursting out with another protest. This is a rigid question, you guys all have like at least 4 years of extra time to luck out. Virginity confirmed. Drink. Cut the kid some slack. It'd be kind weird if he wasn't. A breach of trust, a tickling sound, harassment on an unreasonable scale. He makes a box on the table with his finger, continuing his exaggerated and antiquated protests all the while. This is a no bullying area. If you enter the DMZ, I will retaliate with full force. We finish out our game of chopsticks with a slew of highly inappropriate questions and equally bold answers. I like soju way more in my stomach than on my lips, for I'm not sure I will feel the same way in the morning. Our celebration goes late into the night, long enough that we are practically the only patrons left. A tendril of droll collects at the corner of an unconscious Stan sleep. Reva's eyes are unfocused behind her glasses. But while there is a bit extra to Axel's typical grin, both he and Jet look as collected as ever. Dudes, it's late. Axel pulls the phone out of Stan's pocket and checks the time. Oh, it is. He then replaces the expensive-looking electronic on the young Protoss player's head. Jet, the next time travel for a European tournament. Make sure you show up to the party. To the after party. Say what you will about their play, but those guys know how to have a good time. Pass. I go for a easy prize money, not this Zoltek with Lars and Jorgen. You guys ready to leave? Yeah. Shoot, if we don't want to wake up after noon. This is the worst party of ever night out. How the hell are we supposed to get Stan home? Don't forget, Jet, the bill is all yours. Why do you remind me? I can hail a cab for Stan, I guess. Thank you for treating us to dinner, Jet. Now there's a Terran that knows how to manner up. It's probably because she can't play Zerg. Take note, boys. Reva, you alright? Need any help getting home? Oh, I would not mind assisting you in returning Stan to... Denied, you're on your own, Mach. Need to talk team business with Reva. Alright then. I'm out, stuff to do. Later, team. With a salute, Axel makes his way out of bar. I'm left to wake Stan while Jet speaks harshly to Reva. Kate, wake up, I'm taking you home. What? I brace myself and, after pocketing Stan's phone off his head, heave him onto his feet. He's light, which makes the effort easier than I was expecting. Jet calls after me as we go. Don't dump him in an alley, we need a Protoss. Yeah. I practically carry Stan outside, offering the bar's patrons and staff a shameless smile as I make my way through the doorway. It doesn't take much effort to hail a cab and pitch the underage drinker inside. Once I've made room for myself, I climb in and close the door. Awake to the taste of stale soju on my breath, my apartment is mostly dark, save the crack of light coming through my window. It takes a great deal of effort to dredge myself out of bed, but the need to rinse my mouth is enough motivation. The first time I ever drank too much, I swore to myself I'd never touch alcohol again. Yeah, right. Even if that was a pledge I knew that I wouldn't keep, it seems like I won't get another chance to for a while now. Well, at least until there's a trophy in our team house. Without an idea where Stan's house was, I had the cab drop him off at stomping grounds. The last thing I remember was a clear couple of killing small animals from his mother. I returned from the sink with a glass of water and fall into my computer chair. It's too early for ladder, but I might see what's going on. Wait a second, what? Oh my god, Axel, what did you do? Every StarCraft fansite is abuzed with the news that Jet and Axel are teaching their teams. Accusations of collusion, conspiracy and corruption among Korean and Western fans alike. A laundry list of the Crash coach's missteps rank second to an interview where he shifts to the blame onto Axel. With a scent of drama in the air, debate rages widely on both sides. When Axel said he had a better idea in mind, I had no idea he meant something like this. Jet's new team is the talk of the entire StarCraft community. I rush into the game client, abusing the login button with a dozen clicks a second until I'm finally Axel is online, as is the rest of our team. Before I can even open a chat window, an invite from Jet throws me into an underway group conversation. Text messages appear almost as quickly as I can read them. What the hell is wrong with you? Hey guys, you know what they say about publicity. Lol, all shit you to this clearance roughly. War dead stand. Mach and I are joining this out. I've received multiple requests for interviews. You should do it. You don't understand. The deal with Enoch wasn't official. This is going to screw us. Hey, I didn't mention Enoch's name. Just finish the deal and we'll be fine. Yeah, what's stopping that Kim dude from signing us? Axel is kind of right. We have booze going on. They are saying I poached you. Couldn't you have gotten back at your coach some other way? Nope, and I'll get back at him more when I stomp Crash in Team League. It would be prudent to speak with Mr. Kim as soon as possible, Jet. I know. Okay, we're meeting at Namdana ASAP, the park by the VSL studio. Everyone, no exceptions. KK lol. The diamond next to Jet's portrait changes from green to black. Axel quickly follows suit and then stands leaving me in the chat room alone with Reva. Be fast, Jet will blow up your phone with text otherwise. I will, goodbye. With nothing else keeping me at home, I hurry to shut off my PC and dress. I take the stairs of my apartment building 2 at a time and make my way onto the street. What a mess. How terrible would it be to have spent all of the last night celebrating for nothing? Truth be told, whether Axel leaked the information now or let it come out on its own, we'd eventually get this reaction. Enoch wouldn't have signed us without doing proper background research anyway. Maybe it's alright for this to be out in the open ahead of time. I set those thoughts aside when Namdan Park comes into view. The crowded tree line and trim green is a welcome departure from Seul's endless concrete. Jet didn't specify where at the park she wanted us to meet, but it doesn't take long before I find her staring down at seated Axel. She's in the middle of chewing him out, though it'd be hard to tell by the green he's wearing. Have you seen what they are saying online? The team has to stand out somehow, better than limping into sin and wallowing in obscurity. We should stand out by winning games, not by stirring up shit. This wasn't your decision to make. Axel's the first to notice my arrival and waves me over. Just out own edge follows, for it's far less welcoming. Did you know he was going to pull something like this? What? No? Relax, Jet. Seriously, Warren will give you grey hairs. I relax the moment that I'm staring at the contract for 6 months of funding. Jet's stance goes rigid at the buzz of her phone. She rips it out of her pocket and stares at the screen. Who is it? Kim, he wants us to meet at the Enoch office to sort out this mess. That's a good thing, right? He wouldn't bother to have us come out if the answer is going to be no. She doesn't seem to agree given the time it takes her to reply. I share a glance with Axel before Jet shoves the phone back into her pocket and turns to me. We need to get moving. Axel, wait here for Stan and Reva. Fine by me. Axel takes in a deep breath and returns to his bench, no doubt happy to react while someone else handles the stress of a meeting. I'm coming with you. I'm not enough of a jerk to leave Stan and Reva alone in the park for an hour, but I need someone in my back. When you put it that way, alright. Then come on, it's not that far. Without a moment to spare, Jet storms off. Axel offers me a leisurely wave as I hurry after her. Let me do most of the talking, but chime in if it makes sense. Alright. Nervous? No. Don't lie to me, I'm nervous. It's fine to be nervous. I'm fine. When the elevator door opens, a well-dressed Enoch employee greets us with a smile and gestures down the hall. Mr. Kim has been anticipating your arrival. This way, please. I follow Jet through a typical corporate office. Inside table seats Mr. Kim, his attention set on a laptop. He glanced past the screen to acknowledge us with a beacon forward. Jet, Mach, please sit. We take our seats opposite him. The secretary closed the boardroom's door, leaving the three of us on our own. After a few more taps on his laptop's touchscreen, Mr. Kim turns the computer towards us and gestures sharply to it. What is this? On display is the comment section of a popular Korean eSports news site. Line after line portrays Jet and Axel as shady and unskilled. And I don't... What a shame I can... Wait, what? Out of the blue of love, apparently his attitude has been a problem for months. It's good for taking the phones, okay. And I thought that the English sites were bad. Before I can read another comment, Mr. Kim forces the laptop shut with a grimace. When I spoke of my interest to sponsor your team with the board, most were hesitant to take the risk even with my assurance that the investment would be worth it in the end. Given the recent developments, I will simply have to retract my recommendation to take the hit to my reputation. Your team has become a liability without having played a single game. He rests a finger on his brow, expression of thought. This is worse than Jet and I planned for. Do you have anything to say? This wasn't the reaction that we were hoping for, but it shows that people are paying attention to us. Not all attention is created equal. What is most important is that an NO team has a large number of supporters, not slack-jawed or passive observers, fans that are invested in the team's victory. You will immediately have 5 people invested in an NO squad if you sign us. Through narrowed eyes, Mr. Kim shifts his eyes in my direction. I should say that you are a large part of the deal, pledging a possible sponsorship deal. I blink once, taken back. Me. Are you truly surprised? Your ability is completely unproven. While Axel and Jet may have their integrity questioned, it's you whom the fans mock. If our fan base doesn't have faith in your ability to win games, then of what use are you? Well, I'm a good player, I just need time to prove it. Time that you haven't earned. I hear myself tripping over my next protest. Right then, Jet cuts in. Mr. Kim, there must be something that we can do. Axel and I are high profile, even with a rocky star. We both have loyal fans that will follow us to a new team. That may be so, but the public perception of Mach remains an issue. Is it worth the trouble of keeping him on when your reputation has been compromised? He links his fingers together and glances between the two of us, awaiting an answer. Jet closes her eyes and runs a hand through her hair. She takes a long moment to decide on what to say next, much to Mr. Kim's interest. We could arrange something to fix that. Huh? Elaborate? A show match, the perfect chance to showcase Mach's ability to compete. Against someone from your team, fans will assume that the match is fixed on his behalf. No, I have someone else in mind. Someone who StarCraft fans know and respect, and that Mach owes a beating. She turns towards and locks eyes with me. Is she talking about a show match with bolts? I mean, you're not allowed to turn this down. I wasn't planning on it, just how are we going to get him to agree? I know Bolt well, he'll jump at the chance of publicly humiliate someone he doesn't like. A best of 5 will do nicely, and I think it would be fair for Enoch to put half a month's worth of team funding in as the prize, wouldn't you say? Jet turns away from me and towards Mr. Kim. For the first time since we stepped in the room, the businessman cracks a smile. If you ever decide to leave StarCraft behind, you're welcome to interview for any open sales position at Enoch, Jet. Very well, if Mach is victorious in this show match, I will consider your team's reputation redeemed. I don't bother asking what will happen if I lose. God, what did I do to deserve this pressure? Would you mind speaking with the producers at the VSL studio to see if they would be willing to host us? A week from today is short notice, but we don't have any longer to waste. I'll have it done. You're ever lucky to have someone like Jet as your team captain, Mach. When I don't respond, he smirks. Satisfied, Kim rises from his leather office chair. Jet and I quickly follow suit and exchange handshakes with him. As he meets his palm with mine, Mr. Kim leans forward and whispers to me. For the record, I would greatly prefer to see you succeed. Don't let a mistake in the next week end your career before it's begun. Nonchalantly he parts from our grip and departs the conference room with long strides. His secretary skitters after him down the hallway, leaving Jet and me to find our own way back to the elevator. Well, you come to Golden Zonefire looking for a chance. Now you've got one. Happy? You stuck up for me. Yeah, and? I guess I thought that you'd have done what was best for the team. Who said I'm not? Mr. Kim, I don't recall putting him in charge of team management. What kind of team captain would I be if I tossed you out onto the street after recruiting Stan and Reva? I don't know, you said yourself that you wouldn't put the goals of a friendship ahead of the goals of your team. In that case, it's not too late for me to go tell Mr. Kim I've changed my mind. If he insists on paying me back, do so by practicing hard and beating the shit out of Bolt. It's been way too long since I've seen him lose in person. And for the record, I know what I said, but the more I think about it, the more messed up it seems that we'd waste our cards with people we hate. So, for now, I've decided that I like you. Don't make me leak. She likes me! Yay! Yes! Don't make me regret that. So much for cold efficiency, and I do my best. As if is expected of anyone that wears my team's colors. Now come on, before someone mistakes Axel for a boom. Yes! Now that was unexpected. She likes me. Alright, see you in the next episode. Bye.